Brown stains around the ankles are more than just cosmetic. They're often an early warning sign of some serious health problems. And if the discoloration appears suddenly in just one leg, with pain, some warmth or some swelling, then it could be a blood clot and you need to go and see a doctor straight away. But ongoing staining usually means your veins just aren't pumping blood properly, which raises your risk of ulcers, infections, and other circulatory problems. And here's the big one. Poor circulation in the legs also means a much higher risk of heart attack and stroke. So please do not ignore ankle staining. It's your body's way of telling you something very important. And in a minute, I'm going to share with you 3 exercises that you can do to lower your risk and improve your circulation in your legs and also have stronger legs at the same time. And if you haven't met yet, I'm Gavin at New Zealand's only fitness studio for people over the age of 40, and many of my clients come to me with this exact issue. And today I'm going to show you exactly what we can do, reverse the risk, and get your circulation pumping exactly as it should be. The number one thing you need to be doing, bar none, is literally get your body moving. And a lot of these staining and circulatory issues comes from lack of movement. That's really what it comes down to, because your calves are acting like your second and third heart, pumping blood back into the body. So it just means that if you're not moving, then the blood will stay in those ankles a lot longer, and it causes those veins to sort of leak a little bit, and the staining is from the iron leaking into the ankle. So the first thing you should do is be walking, and we need to be doing about 20 minutes per day, because when you go outside and you walk, it's load bearing, it's going to be fantastic for your bone density and your leg strength and your cardiovascular fitness, and it gets the whole body pumping blood back to the heart properly as well, and it's not having a struggle to do it. So if you're not walking, you need to be doing it. You need to be doing it for at least 20 minutes per day. And if you can't do 20 minutes a day, start with 5 and work your way up. And if you have no idea where to start and it's all a bit too challenging, I've got a walking guide that you can have absolutely free. It's going to help boost your fitness, your leg strength, and most importantly, your circulation. And all you need to do is comment walking in the comments, and I will send that over to you absolutely free. And when you repeat this sort of walking plan over the course of months, because it is a long time, it's not something you can fix in a minute, you will find that even if the staining doesn't go completely, you can rest assured that you're doing everything that you possibly can to get that blood pumping back up the leg and not hanging around in there. The next exercise that you can do, which doesn't take a huge amount of effort whatsoever, is something just called seated heel raises. Right now, I remember when my granddad, he was a very strong man in his youth, but over time when he got older, he actually didn't do an awful lot. He had dust on his lungs and he couldn't walk around without being sort of very out of breath. And he had like 50 or 60% dust on his lungs from being in the mines back in Wales. And his legs had terrible ankle staining, and they did have a lot of ulcers, and it was really hard for him to deal with. And he ended up taking warfarin to thin the blood, to pump the blood back up the body. But we don't want to be doing that. And a lot of people are not struggling like that these days. But if you are struggling with fitness and walking, is a hard thing for you to do, then you're going to do some seated calf raises. So all you're going to do, you're going to sit on the floor, on the chair, legs bent as they are. You can do this watching TV, and you're just going to lift up your heels off the floor and drop them back down. And you're going to do lots of them, like 20, 30, 40, 50 at a time, all right? And you're going to do this multiple times a day. And, your calves might start to ache at the beginning, but that's a good thing because the muscles are now getting stronger and they're actually pumping blood back up the body. And if you feel a little bit of a burning sensation in your calves as well, that is a good thing because we know our muscles are working, which is exactly how they are. Because if you sit down all day long, the gravity pulls all the blood down to your ankles, okay? And that's not a good thing for us. So these little ankle pumps are fantastic. Now, if you're a little bit stronger, okay, you want to get all the muscles in the legs working together, then you need to be doing some sit to stands. And I like sit to stands because it's an easy, there's a low barrier to entry. Anyone can do them, all right? You don't have to be having any special equipment at all, but you're just going to stand up off the chair and sit back down again. And again, you're going to be looking to do 20 or 30 at a time if you can, or at least build up to that. Because if you're generally sedentary and you're not moving around, okay, you need to be getting all that blood back up because the muscles are the leg muscles are some of the biggest muscles in the body. And when you start to strengthen them and move them, they're pumping that blood back around the body and it's going to improve your circulation tenfold. And a really good way to feel that is when your heart starts to pump a little bit and you get a little bit out of breath. When that starts to happen, you know that the circulation in your body is starting to move around a little bit, okay? So I really urge you to take some of these tips if you've got that ankle staining in your ankles, because it's an amazing like warding tool for you. And don't just settle for taking blood thinners from the doctor. You know, they're just sort of like plasters that go over. They're not really targeting the root cause. And I promise you, you know, there's so many benefits from these little strength movements that you have, okay? I'm gonna give you one more exercise that you can do as well, right? So what you could do instead, we did seated calf raises or calf pumps. I want you to actually get on your feet. If you get on your feet, it's way better. So let's just say you're capable and the calf raises, you're getting better at it. Then you're gonna stand here with a chair and you're just gonna stand up this way. Now you're lifting your whole body. Your calves are working a little bit harder, and then obviously they're gonna pump more blood around the body as well and give you a better little workout, right? So they're the kind of the exercises that you can do to help with that. And if you haven't got that walking guide, like honestly guys, get a copy of it. Just comment walking down below and I'll send it to you absolutely free. And it's a 28-day plan that you can follow. It talks about zone 2 training, great for circulation, great for fat loss, great for fitness, and I highly recommend it. Very, very low barrier to entry and anyone can do it, okay? So comment walking down below. I'm going to leave a video in the top left corner, which is another video on circulation. So head over there. I will see you very shortly.